because I needed a higher power. And to me, there's only one higher power. What am I going to pick? The door, the football?
A lot of people in those programs do.
Unfortunately, they do. Unfortunately, they do. And unfortunately, if you mention the name Jesus, they get upset.
My name is Robert Borelli, and this is my story. God saved my life, and He can do the same for you.
Yeah, so let's transition now. I want to talk about faith. I mean, it seems like, obviously, Robert, for you, where you're at now in your life, Jesus is at the center. Anthony, it sounds like you came to faith in Christ. Michael also talks about his faith. I mean, what's interesting is you talked about how you went to your niece's christening, and then, what happened to the brother-in-law after that, right? So there's always been this strange faith component, but yet nobody's actually really following the teachings of Jesus. But now you are, so what's the difference between then and now, and where are you at now?
You went a different route. Let me. When I got clean in 88, right? I got clean in 88, and I went into a 12-step program. Mm-hmm. In a 12-step program, it's about a higher power, right? But it's the God of your understanding. Right. That's what's written in the literature. Right. So now, when I got clean and I started to develop a conscience, I started working steps. So when I started hitting the bottom, I started working steps. The steps led me to Graymore, which was a monastery in upstate New York that was run by priests that were in recovery, like crackhead priests and alcoholic priests that were clean, and they had a retreat for addicts. And at that retreat, that's when I got with Jesus. I met with a priest about guilt, and we talked about guilt, and he prayed over me, and we did a whole bunch of stuff. And in the second step, at that time, I was on the second step. It says, I came to believe in the power greater than myself, could restore me to sanity. And at that retreat, I felt that Jesus could restore me to sanity. But I wasn't ready, but I was still in the life. And then I went to jail. And then when I came out, I cooperated. But that was the beginning of my faith journey. The 12 steps were the beginning of me, because I needed a higher power. And to me, there's only one higher power. What am I going to pick? The door, the football?
A lot of people in those programs do.
Unfortunately, they do. Unfortunately, they do. And unfortunately, if you mention the name Jesus, they get upset.
Yes.
Because they say, this is not a religious program. And I tell them, Jesus is not a religion.
That's right.
I tell them, so I know you talk
about faith.
Yeah. And when I share, and I say Christ is my higher power. If I offend anybody, call your sponsor.
Yeah. It's one thing, I understand what you're saying, but because I know you, yeah. Even though you had that, you were still resisting it, yeah, and living the way you wanted to.
I still struggle with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get you saved.
No, I struggle. You know what my issue is? You know.
Yes, I do.
It happened to me today at the airport. I tell you what happened.
Don't say that. But God is working in you to get some stuff out of you. And the best way He can do that is put you into temptations, because the more that you resist it, the less you get tempted from it.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say with that. My name is Robert Borelli, and this is my story.